everybody. So I'm coming to you because I was tagged in the Get Your Freak On tag that's running rampant here on YouTube. So I was tagged by the very beautiful Alexis Chester. I love you. I love you, love you. She's so sweet and she's so beautiful, and she just had a baby, and I'm like, who has babies and looks like that? That's ridiculous to be that fierce and you just had a baby. Third baby. Crazy. Anyway, the first question is, what's a nickname only your family calls you? Really, it's just Kirsten at this point. I know when I was little and my two front teeth, were gone, they would call me Breeze. I've been called Miss K. The only name that I hear now is Kirsten and Ma. Number 2, what's a weird habit of yours? I have so many weird habits. I have a weird way of eating Kit Kats because I just can't eat a Kit Kat and just take it out the package and just eat it. I have to eat the ends of it first, and then I eat down the sides, so all the chocolate down the sides, and then from there I bite it at the top and take off each layer. I have to eat it that way, and I have to eat it cold. It's weird. Usually most of my candy I eat cold, so that's another weird thing. But I don't like cold fruit. Who knows where that comes from? Number 3, do you have any weird phobias? I'm terrified. I don't know if it's not weird. I've acted very weird because of this phobia, but I have a phobia against, about snakes. I do not like snakes. I will never forget when I got one of my first cars, and I was outside washing the car, and I go to get to go rinse it, and I'm looking underneath the car. I'm thinking it's a snake. So I'm literally outside crying because I have soap on my car that I just bought, and it's hot outside. And I'm screaming, hollering, and crying. And then my neighbor finally comes out and hears me, and he goes to look underneath my car, and he had an accent. It was so funny because when he looked underneath there, he was like, "It's a stick. It's a stick." I was like, oh my gosh, I'm out here screaming and hollering over a damn stick. Ice. I don't dig in the freezer for anything. I don't. The sound of the ice and the cold stuff rubbing up against each other, it freaks me out. It's like nails on a chalkboard. So if there's anything ever in the freezer that I need to dig down and get or move around, I'm just thinking about it now. It's just, it makes my stomach churn. It makes me want to puke. Number 4, what's a song you secretly love to blast and belt out when you're alone? It's Beyonce's "Why Don't You Love Me Anymore." I just think that song is so animated, and whenever I hear it, it's like I want to act like she's acting in the video, like walking around with a cigarette and martini and mascara running down, like, "Why don't you love me? Why don't you love me?" Crazy. I love that song. It's funny because I'm gonna start burlesque classes here pretty soon. I know, weird. I want to dance burlesque. It's just something, a hobby on the side, as we go to a lot of burlesque performances, and I love it. And it's funny because I just envision doing that song for one of my performances. So that's gonna be something that's way down the line, but I'll let y'all know when that comes to be. So yeah. 6, what's one of your nervous habits? I get bubble guts usually. I guess that's a nervous habit. Usually get bubble guts. Number 7, what side of the bed do you sleep on? Usually, it's funny because Alexis mentioned this as well. I usually sit wherever is furthest away from the door, but I like to see the door. Preferably the middle where nobody's in there. But What was your first stuffed animal and its name? I have no idea. What's the drink you always order at Starbucks? Doesn't matter if it's 20 below or 105 degrees outside. When I go to Starbucks, I'm usually leaving with the white chocolate mocha grande. I love that coffee. So if you ever meet up with me and you say, "Girl, I'm going to stop and get us some coffee," get me a white chocolate mocha. We friends to the end. What's the beauty rule you preach but never actually practice? Protective styling, but I don't do it as much as I should. I really would love to be really into protective styling, but I tell you, I get so lazy that either I will just do a twist out or just wear it wet. So it's usually one of those. But I like my hair. I do. I like my hair out, and I know that doesn't You know, for some, it probably doesn't help with retention, and, you know, and I say a lot about it, but I really don't do it as often as I should. Number 11, which way do you face in the shower? Towards the water. 12, do you have any weird body skills? Not really. It's weird that since I have my son who's 5 now that I have way more gas than I used to have. I'm like, dude, what you do to my insides? I didn't have this issue with your sister. You are 5 years old. Why am I still having gastrointestinal issues? So yeah, it's weird. It's very weird, and it's very uncomfortable, and it's just not ladylike. But yeah, that's it. What's your favorite comfort food? Food that's bad, but you love to eat it anyway. Hands down, my favorite comfort food is, I feel calm just thinking about it, fried okra. Oh my gosh. I know it ain't no good. It ain't no good for me. But you talking about some good southern eating right there. Oof. Fried okra. Hello. I love it. Number 14, what's a phrase or exclamation you always say? Besides, whatever, anyway, what the hell, shit. I always say that, shit. The last question is, time to sleep. What are you actually wearing? Yeah, I'm a married lady, but I got 2 kids that'll come in my room like little ninjas, so I don't, you know, try to be overly exposed to anything like that. And you'll quickly learn if you're not married that when you get married that your husband really could care less about lingerie. I mean, you just buy it for you. So I really sleep for comfort. So it just depends on, it's weird because for bed, if I wore pants the whole day, then I'll want a nightgown on at night. If I wore a dress during the day, then I'll usually want some shorts or some pants on, which is odd. I know it's freaking weird, but it's just, I just noticed I do that. Usually, honestly, I sleep for comfort. Whatever allows me to have my boobs out and allow things to just jiggle and be free. I just don't want to be held captive when I'm asleep. Whatever I wear that doesn't ride up my tail, it's a winner. You've probably learned some things about me you probably just didn't want to know. So yeah, so I will tag some individuals below the video, so check it out. And I can't wait to see more of these. I'm actually going to look right now and see what else is out there because I just think it's so adorable. So that's it. I forgot one. And it's funny I forgot it because it was like the question I just love because I love to go off about something. But there was a number 5 question in that, so yeah. Question was, what's your biggest pet peeve? Ugh. If you come to my house unannounced. Oh, you come to my house unannounced, it is going down. There is too much technology now for you to show up at my house unannounced. Do not come to my door like you the FBI. Don't do it. And this recently happened, so it's fresh. It's fresh on my mind. Because at that point, when you come unannounced and it's not an emergency, then I'm pretty much not going to care what you came for. I'm going to have an instant attitude with you here. Technology we have today, we have cell phones, house phones, email, Twitter, Facebook. Hell, you can send me smoke signals. Just don't come to my house unannounced. All right. On that note, see ya.